All right, I believe we are live and apologize for being a couple minutes late. For those who actually are participating in the hop aspect of this evening, Beth and I were over on the other channel and we needed a little bit of time to make the hop. We had to get over, refresh the drink, do a bio break, and Scott and Heather Elizabeth were waiting for us graciously to join this part two of the live shop hop sale. So no drop sales for those who are used to the monthly drop sale formats. This is live, so you actually can comment in the chat. Make sure that you are in live chat and you are in all comments so that you can see everything. We will be having offer ups tonight, so we will be trying to moderate those. And in order to make sure we do not run out of time and get rushed to go through the items that we have, we're going to go ahead and get started. I will say we have with us Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop, Heather Elizabeth from Antique Agenda, Beth from Carolina Princess Sweet Treats and Pretties, and then hello, I'm Patrick Trusty. You're on my channel. You should know who I am. But if you're not, that's who I am. And we're going to go ahead and get things started. We will say hello to everyone as we go. So I apologize, not trying to ignore anyone. Just want to make sure that we get things started. If anyone, as you say, some of you might recognize some of the sellers, say hello as you go along. But I'm going to switch to give Scott full screen.
Well, thank you very much. Hello, everybody, and welcome. First of all, I want to thank Patrick for hosting me, and it's great to meet Heather and Beth. I've never done anything with you guys before. It's really nice to be here, and I appreciate the invitation. If you don't know who I am Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop, and I ship from South Jersey, Philadelphia area. So whatever the final price is, shipping is added on to that, and most of us use Pirate Ship or something like that to offer you the lowest possible shipping that we can. I'm only shipping to the United States. And if you are old, if you have bought from me before, don't worry about it. I don't need any information. I already know who you are. But if you're new, I would like you to send me the information. And what I need, and you're going to probably hear this from everybody, is we need your name, your real name, your shipping address, the PayPal address that you use with your PayPal account. Yeah. Now, if you don't have a PayPal account, you can still participate and you can pay for an item by checking out as a guest. I will say that I'll be shipping a couple of days after I am at home. And so probably by Saturday, the things will go out in the mail. Okay. Everybody else can hear me. What did I miss, you guys?
I think that's it.
Got it.
You covered it.
Okay. All right. So the first item is this little glass Scotty dog. And some of you guys will remember these as old-timey candy containers, I think from the Depression era. There'd be a little piece of paper over here, and little candy beads would be down in there of some sort. $5 is where we're going to start on this little guy. And he's about 2 inches tall and maybe 3 inches long. I don't see any chips or cracks on him. And he's just a cute little piece of glass from the Depression era, as far as I know. And, we say Scotty. Well, let's just say Terrier in case he's not really a Scotty. But I think he looks like a Scotty to me with that big head, don't you think? His ears are not chipped. It's clear glass. Somebody ate all the candy. And there are no markings on it. And so I don't know which American company made him. But there he is. And he is we're looking for an opening bid of $5 on the little glass Scotty. And we've got one. Flea Market Treasures has got that bid in there for $5. And you know me, I don't hang around. Well, that means get those bids in there. And don't forget, when we count it down, I don't know, Patrick, do I need to do the finger thing or no?
Yeah, I will try and watch it on my end, and I'll do the stop when I see your finger thing go down.
All right, remember everybody, there's a lag, and it's usually between 3 and 8 seconds, and it's really hot around the country, so we may really be lagging. The highest bid right now is $8, and I'm going to count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. So Patrick is going to type in stop, and whoever he sees before the stop, the highest bidder, that Scotty is yours. How'd I do? Was
He's
that quick?
great. He's super cute.
He is. I wish the candy was still in there, but it might be bad.
You can always refill it. So
yeah.
I lost the video to see the stop come across. So did you guys see the stop come across? Because I saw that part.
I see it.
But when I went to refresh, I lost the video.
Yeah,
I see it.
Yeah. And yeah,
Do you see KP Gunther as the...
I do. I can refresh for you, but I see KP Gunther is the winner for 8.
Okay.
I see that too. Thank you, KP.
All right. Congratulations, KP Hunter.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to introduce myself because a lot of you might not know who I am. But before I do that, thank you, Patrick, for inviting me. I feel very honored to be among this group of wonderful YouTube channels. And my name is Heather Elizabeth. My YouTube channel is called Antique Agenda. And you should come on and visit me. This is me. This is what my logo is. And I do shopping videos, haul videos. I even did a lot of road trip videos there for a while, but I do also have some live content. I have a chat show on Monday nights at 7 p.m. for an hour. And I just started doing live sales Sunday evenings at 7 p.m. Eastern as well. So I would love to have you all come visit me. And I do ship from Denver, Colorado. And I need the same information everybody else needs. YouTube name, real name, your home address, shipping address, and your PayPal email. And you're going to send that to antique.agenda@gmail.com. So that is always important to remember the dot in my email address, or I will not get it. Okay, I think that covers it. I'm going to start now. Patrick, I actually had a straight claim as my first. Everything else was going to be an offer up. Is that, you don't mind, right?
Perfect. No, anything you want to do.
Okay. All right. So this is going to be a straight claim. And we're going to start with my little soldier, this little beef eater or Queen's Guard. It was made in Denmark. And I've got 3 little metal guys to go with him. And so I thought this, in the spirit of the Christmas in July, I thought it would be fun. And this is going to be $8. So if you are interested in this, a little grouping of soldiers and would like to take them home, then this is going to be claim letter W for $8. And all the little guards have these little bases. 2 of them are rectangles, and this middle guy has a little circle base, but these are all cast metal and painted. And this little guy is wood. So straight claim, $8, letter W.
Okay, you had a ton of people that are claiming it.
Okay.
So I will try and refresh here. Actually, what's the easiest way to refresh, Beth? How are you doing it?
I was just doing the moving from top messages to all messages. I just refreshed mine and I see Smalls as the first person on mine.
Thank you for doing that, because I don't want to lose the video. And that's who I actually saw as first as well. I just wasn't sure how to read it.
Okay. Well, congratulations, Smalls. You won. And thanks everyone else for being interested. I appreciate all of you. I'm so excited to be here with y'all.
Right. Excellent. That was a popular item. We'll jump over to Beth.
Thank you so much. Y'all, sorry, we are just finishing the other one. It was so much fun. Patrick, again, thank you so much for indulging me in one of my yet another brilliant, not so bright ideas. He's so kind. I got my first live sale with Patrick right after I started my YouTube channel. I was kind of thrown in. So he's kind of been a mentor for me, and I really appreciate it. And it is an honor to be here with Scott and Heather Elizabeth as well. My first item is going to, and am I putting it in, or were you? I'm sorry.
I can do it.
Okay, it's going to start at $6.
What is it again? Start at what? 10. Okay.
And I tried to pick some things that kind of reminded me of each of us. So indulge me on that, if you will. I have I think this is kind of a little bit more vintage fun. It's a hand mirror, and it is marked Limoges. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that right here. My camera does not focus with all of our light. It's still very daylight here. But it does have some beautiful sides to it, if you can see, and the flower painting on that. It is a small hand mirror. It has a wonderful mirror so you can look at yourself and all of my junk. But the mirror is in great condition. You can see that the gold trimming goes around this one as well. It does have a little bit of a bevel here to this. And I'm going to say that it looks hand painted. I mean, it is Limoges, so it's probably hand painted. There's no any kind of nicks or scratches or anything on the piece in the back or on the mirror in the front. And it has a beautiful handle on that as well. This is 4.5 inches long by 2 inches, and it is starting at $10. So it's so super cute. It would look great on a little vanity.
It's beautiful, Beth.
Thank you. So I like the little flowers. I'm kind of girly, so I like all the girly stuff. All right, we're going to keep moving to the next. I see Leona. Well, do you want me to count it down for her? I see Leona. I go kind of fast, so sorry, Patrick, if I'm going too fast. Do you want me to count it down for Leona? Let's count it down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Thank you for your consideration and for your offer, Leona. I appreciate that. Sorry, y'all. I go so fast. I have to remind myself to not go so fast. Thank you, Leona.
No worries. And I'm still new at doing offer ups on my channel, so I'm a little on the slow side as well. But I was watching for you to do the countdown, and then I did the stop when I saw your stop, not when we heard it through StreamYard. So the lag should work, and it looks like Leona was the last person to claim at 10.
Yes, thank you.
All right. So we are going to go on to my first item. And this is something in the past, I have done deep dives, and some people became familiar with me as I go into the history of items. And in one of my deep dives, I did, it was actually a deep dive on cards, and we got down a little rabbit hole, and we ended up talking about Kokeshi dolls. And I had never heard of a Kokeshi doll. And so they had to pull them out and figure out what they were. And to be perfectly honest, I still don't know what a Kokeshi doll is. But they're very obvious when you find them, but I do not know particularly well how to age them. So this is, for those who were like me, did not know what a Kokeshi doll was, this is a Kokeshi doll. And their prices go all over the place based on the signatures. Well, I don't even know which way to read it. So it's signed. I just couldn't tell you what it says. So we are going to start this at $10. As for the Kokeshi doll collectors, they seem to run all over the gamut of who makes them and how popular they are. But we are going to start at 10, and I'm going to try and multitask here and see if I can do both. So we've got the face painting with the top. There's no mark or anything on here, so I'm assuming the painting job is just designed to be open like that. I don't think anything snapped off of there. But you've got the collar on the neck, and you've got the irises hand painted on the front, which I thought were beautiful, with then the same colored stripes at the bottom. If anyone knows Japanese, you might be able to tell me what that actually says, or at least which way I'm supposed to hold it. But it's, I ended up I'm drifting into just different areas. We've all talked about what's been popular, what's not popular. And sometimes, I've drifted into ephemera, which I love selling, but not everyone loves buying. And when I came across this little person, because I think it's a woman, but I don't even know, I decided, you know what? I'll give it a try. So it doesn't look like I've got any Kokeshi doll collectors. Nope, I've got one. So we got Margaret coming in at 10. So I'm going to go ahead and do the countdown on it. So we're going to do a countdown from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And for those wondering why we're doing that, it's because I am now following along on my phone. And so I don't have to turn the volume up. I can watch for that visual cue. So I can type in the word stop, And when I do that, it looks like Margaret Howell was actually the only person claiming, so she gets it for $10. So thank you so much, Margaret Howell, for picking up your first item from me. And we will put up our email addresses again. Somebody had commented that was blocking the view of some of the items on display, so I keep hiding it. But go to Scott.
Oh, there I am. Okay. Thank you, Patrick. Okay, and I just put in there in the chat that you can see I have a lady head vase. Boy, I think this might be the first time I have ever sold one because I hardly ever find them. I don't know why.
Yeah, me either.
I never find them, but she starts at $8. I think she's about 3 inches tall. I apologize. I am not at home, and I didn't bring a ruler with me. We'll say she's 3 inches tall. She's a little one. She does not have any damage, so that means no chips or cracks. Look at that face. I'm not sure. It's kind of like she's got that Mona Lisa thing. Is she smiling? Is she mad? Is she annoyed at the server in the restaurant? Is her mother-in-law getting on her nerves? I don't know. But she just has that kind of a face. I guess she's got her original necklace on, or maybe she's pondering what she's going to cook for dinner. You know, back in those old days when they had to cook dinner. Aren't you glad those days are over when you have to cook dinner every night? But there's the top of her head, and I know she's not missing anything. She's Napco. I don't know what she is. She's Napco wear. I'll hold her still. And I'm just like you. I move so fast. So I have to remind myself to be still, hold still. And it doesn't show up, but there's a number on the bottom. C7313 Napco wear. There she is. She does have, help me out. Are they rhinestones or paste stones or just some little something glued in her ear?
I mean, they're probably little rhinestones just set in her ear in the ceramics.
Okay.
Nice. They're still there. That they haven't fallen out.
Yeah.
Well, they're let me adjust my eyeballs. Wait, what was that?
No, something reflected. So I think they're there.
They are there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
A lot of times they're gone.
Wouldn't you say, that's got to be like one of those upturned early 60s hairdos?
A lot of Aquanet in that.
and I dippity do too, I think.
There's actually a channel on Facebook or on Instagram and TikTok. Couldn't tell you who it was, but he is recreating hairstyles from a book of 1965 hairstyles, and he just did that one.
Oh, he just did that one.
So 1965 is a pretty good hit.
Well, if you're my age, we all have pictures of our mothers in hairdos like that. It looks like the highest bid right now is $22, and I want to thank everybody who's bidding, and we're going to go ahead and count this lovely lady down. She has no damage, and she really is pretty, all jokes aside. You know I like to joke around. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
She's beautiful.
She really is.
I wish my hair had that much volume.
All right. Can you refresh, Beth?
Yes.
And be my official refresher, because I'm seeing things after the stop.
All right. Before the stop, I see Blue Flamingo Mercantile for $27 right before your stop.
Okay.
Well, all right. Blue Flamingo Mercantile. Thank you.
That's Miss Lori.
And you've got Jamie is after the stop, correct?
Correct. Jamie came in at $28 right after the stop.
Okay.
So before you take me off, if you're not sure whether you think I have your information or not, send it tonight or tomorrow, because sometimes I don't remember. And Blue Flamingo Mercantile, I simply cannot remember if you have bought from me before. If you have, I apologize that I can't remember. And if you haven't, welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. Thank you.
All right, we're going to go to Heather Elizabeth, who's currently on mute.
Thank you, Patrick.
Yeah. I'll just slide that in.
Thank you. So I'm already going to put this in for you to help you out. This is going to be a choice starting at $10. And I don't usually sell a lot of glass. This is going to be $10 either for the Hazel Atlas uranium little milk pitcher. Now there is some condition on this one, or this, it's a lovely piece of clear glass.
It is.
I have no idea who made it. But it has a beautiful neoclassical urn shape with a little modern Art Deco styling on the sides. And it's so clear, like it's very clear glass. So I'm pretty sure this is an older piece. I Googled, I couldn't find it. I do not know. This one is about 6 inches tall. And then the Hazel Atlas has some little, there we go, like some little flea bites and little condition issues. So I would say this would be more of a fun pickup for, maybe if you want to put stir sticks in it or, put it in your glass cabinet. They're not going to jump out at people if you have a little collection and would like to throw this cute little milk picture. I think it still has a great look, even with some of those. Can you guys see the condition? They're small, but they're there. Little teeny little flea bites on it. So I got Hazel Atlas and I have Unknown, but gosh, I thought it was pretty. So I saw at least one bid, Sandra. So I will start counting down. This is for choice on either one from, we're counting down from 10? Yes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bid end.
Those are beautiful.
Yeah, this one I really like. I don't know who made it.
All right, my stop didn't go through when it's supposed to, but I think we're okay because I had already seen Jerry at 11 before I typed in the word stop.
Correct. Okay.
So I typed
Jerry.
it in. So Jerry got it at 11. I think that last person.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So Jerry, which one do you want? The Hazel Atlas uranium or the clear urn style vase?
So she is saying uranium, please.
You got it. Thank you, Jerry. And definitely remember to send me an email, antique.agenda@gmail.com. And then Sandra, I can watch the chat. You can let me know if you want the clear one.
Okay. So we will then go over to Beth and we will watch Sandra, if you want to answer that question. It looks like, yes, she's saying the unknown. Well, no.
Thank you.
It looks like a trophy, but I don't know if that means she wants it.
Okay. Oh, that's true. Well,
yeah. Just let
keep us posted, Sandra.
Yes. And y'all, I have to stop and apologize because we just finished 2 hours of round robin sale on my channel, and I forgot to tell you who I was. Like, y'all are just supposed to magically know. Hot mess. That's it. So my name is Beth. My channel is Carolina Princess Sweet Treats and Pretties. There's a long story behind that long name. But I have a video every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern. Typically try to do a live sale on Thursdays at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern. And then I have a live, usually like a chat. It's just a fun chat with some friends about some jewelry at 12:30 Eastern time on Sundays. Having said that, I ship from right outside of Houston. I'm in a little suburb right outside of Houston, Texas. So I'm kind of in the center, and I will be invoicing on Sunday and Monday because I go back to work on Thursday. So I want to get all my invoices out and everything mailed before I go back to work. Now that I'm caught up, I'll go to my next item. And Patrick, I'm going to go ahead and put the start in. I can have that preloaded. So I just put the start in. It's going to start at $22. And if you follow me over on Instagram, or I think I also put it on my YouTube community channel, this definitely made me think of Heather Elizabeth. It is a jeweled, vintage jeweled and gold tone ladies address book on a keychain. but it is actually used. So there are lots of, now we would call this ephemeral, right? So there's ephemera on here, and I love the penmanship. So I did a little bit of research trying to age it, and the area code, now don't shoot me, I just am as good as Google and some reference books, but the area code in 1951 supposedly started in New Jersey with area code 201. But if you look at these phone numbers very closely, there were letters and then numbers. And so that goes from the 20s, 30s on to the 60s even. So this one is starting at $22. It is full of all kinds of the older phone numbers where it did have the 2 letters with that as well. So this is in pristine condition. There's one piece that has been torn. I guess they no longer are friends with that person, so they ripped them out. They don't get a Christmas card this year. But the actual, all the jewelry. Now, this could have been bought like this. I do not see that this glows. No, I checked the green stones. I don't see that any of the stones glow, but it could also very well be seasonal in the stones or like Mother's Day kind of thing. But some of them were just made like this. This one is very detailed in that it has multiple stones. Can you write on the backs? Oh, yes, it's paper. So you can actually write on it if you need to write on there, but it does not have the form. So if you're looking for the ones that have these lines and the forms like name, address, and phone number, those are already taken, but the backs of all but one of them, this is the only one, maybe she changed her name, remarried, something like that. These are plain back here, but this one is pretty detailed. The chain is original to it, to my knowledge, and it's in great working order. It is 2 3/4 inch long, and it is 3/4 length, or 3/4 in depth right there. So that's how we unstrip. Yeah, you just rip them out. It's like crossing them out of the yearbook. You know, when you weren't friends with them anymore, you just colored their picture or gave them a fun mustache or crossed their eyes or something. But I thought it was really super cool that you could date it simply by the information that was placed in there. And this one is Frank and Betty lived on 20th Avenue. I don't know where, but they were they did have a phone number. Just as I'm guessing maybe Indiana is going to be my guess, only because of the IN. So anyway, I'm going to count this down if there's any interest. Patrick, was there interest in this piece?
Yes, you had a bid at 22.
All right, I'm going to count it down. Oh, hey, Miss Isabel. This is going to be counted down from 10. So we need 23 or higher. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. This is really, really pretty. I love the detail in it.
It's really swanky. I like that.
Yeah. And you could just, put people in your pocket. All right. I do see the stop. So thank you, Miss Isabel. I appreciate you.
All right, so we're going to bring it back over to me. And one of the things that I've started shifting into almost entirely because it's easier to ship is ephemera. But most of my ephemera is flat ephemera. This one, we've gone a little industrial. We've got, by pretty much the definition of ephemeral, tulip paper drinking cups. So some great vintage advertising with the Tulip brand. Sanitary drinking cups, 6 cups for 5 cents. You've got graphics and artwork on all sides of the box. And if you open up the box, you actually have all 6 of the actual paper drinking cups. So the Tulip Company they were manufactured by the Paper Utilities Company of New York And on the box, there are 2 patents, the most recent of which was 1919. So these are likely from the 20s, maybe going into the 30s, but at some point you really stopped promoting your patent once it got to be 10 years old. So it's most likely, pre-Depression era, but maybe getting past that. Tulip sanitary drinking cups, and they are a start of $8. And I'm on the wrong page, so let me go back to where I want to go. So we're starting this at $8, and you get the whole thing. You get the box with its contents, and the condition is actually really strong. There's a little spot along the bottom where there's a little bit of a tear here that could be flattened out, but I've left it, and then kind of like a chalk smudge there. But that's the exact same graphics that's on that side. So you can, turn it to the back, as everyone is so popular to say. But you've got the graphics on the top, which includes the manufacturer of the cups. And then you also have on the bottom is the one that includes the patents. So we've got an opening bid from back in the day finds from Robert for $8. So thank you, Robert, for picking that up. I just thought this was a cool piece of industrial for your kitchen display. For, you could use the cups. You could even use the cups to hold small things as you choose. But I just love this industrial look. And really, when are you going to come across anything else that looks like this? So I'm going to go ahead and start them down. Count down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now I have to look down so that I can see myself in my little screen here and watch for my countdown. And I see that with a stop. And it looks like we're going to get Robert from Back in the Day Finds is picking those up for $8. So thank you very much, Robert. And we will pass it on to Scott.
Okay. I have just placed there in the little chat 1907 glass crystal starts at $3. And it does start at $3. What is it? It's that. Now, what is it, and how do you know it dates to 1907? Well, because it says inside 1907. Actually, yeah. The patent date on it is February the 5th, 1907. And then as Patrick was explaining, that doesn't mean it was made on February the 5th, 1907. We know that. So anywhere from 1907 onward, the next 5 or 6 years or so. It is a little crystal. And that was the patented name, Krys, and then the hyphen TOL. It's a tiny little salt cup, not an eye. Everybody wants it to be one of those eyeball cups. We had one of those in my medicine cabinet somewhere. Some granny had one, I forget. But it's just a little individual salt. And the pattern is called Chippendale. Now, you say, well, why are you selling one dumb little salt? Well, what's neat about it is people do collect individual salts, but also if you're a glass collector, on the inside, and you won't see it. Don't try to squint to see it, but it's down in there. Crystal, February the 5th, 1907. Yeah, that's down there on the inside. So if you're a glass collector, it might be something there. You can see it. Can you guys see that a little bit?
Can't read it, but you can definitely see that there's something there.
Yeah. Yeah,
and I collect salt. I collect salt dips and salt cellars, one of each.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't have an entire set. You just have them. But even one, you can put little, put small items in there, buttons. We got, you got another bid from Sandra at 10.
Put your false eyeball in there. That's my old joke. Anyway, it's really cute. It has one little flea bite way down here on the corner. You feel it. You don't really see it, but you feel it. It's down there. Cooperative. No. Ohio Flint made these first, and then Jefferson Glass. So you'll see a lot of advertisements for the Chippendale style crystal glass. I don't think I'm in the screen. Made by Jefferson Glass, and you can get creams and sugars and all kinds of things for the table. Compotes up on stems and whatnot. Candlesticks. You can knock yourself out. We have a bid, I guess, in there. I'm looking at it now. Sandra and Terry, thank you. And it looks like we're somewhere around $25 or $26. And so I'm going to count the little salt down in just a second. That's the warning. Great clarity because it was really high fired. That was a hot, hot kiln this was fired in, and it gets polished after it comes out. So, okay, ready? Here we go. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on the little crystal. Salt, made somewhere after 1907 by Jefferson Glass Company.
All right, if Beth, the official refresher, can verify.
Sure. Give me just a second. I'm going back to all messages. Right above the stop, I see Sandra Garcia for 35.
All right. And Scott, we've got a request. If you can put your email address in the next round, put your email address in the chat because it's not on your pop-up. So
I'll do it again. I'll stick it in there. And Sandra, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone who placed bids. And Sandra, thank you so much. And I will stick that email in there for those of you who don't have it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Heading over to Heather Elizabeth.
All right. So I'm gonna put this in the offer start for you, Patrick, so you don't have to deal with it.
Thank you.
So this is a offer on the lot of 2 vintage fashion magazines. And so you have one that is German. This is Freundin. I had to look this up, and it means girlfriend in a German. And this one was from 1962. And then this is a Canadian 17 magazine from 1951. And this is a fall issue, so it has a lot of extra ads in it. So I am going to take a little time to show you how awesome these are, because it's really hard, to sell if you don't show the inside. So the German one has a little bit more black and white photographs. It does have color too, but the 17 has a lot more color on it. So you've got not just the fashion of the 60s, but you also have some fun German ads in here. Now, I love these just to peruse. I love to have these out just to look on a coffee table, to enjoy, have people look at them just for their entertainment. And I know a lot of people like to cut these up. So that would be your choice of whether you are a crafter with these sort of magazines or you just enjoy having them out for the fun of it. So I'm going to really quick just grab the other one because this one's really good. Okay. So it's thick. It's got a lot of goodies in here. And it's hard to find. I should have posted note these, but there's a lot of fun ones. We've got the line tamer to tame those feminine lines with the little corsets. You've got some shoe ads in here. I love looking at these. Now, for those of you who love fashion, vintage fashion, this is awesome to have. I absolutely think they're great. And I want to find some of the best. So I might just take a second. Sorry if I'm holding up the sale. But
they look so great. I mean, I'm not a big fan of cutting things apart, but the fact is, to give some of these magazines real life, some of those look fantastic framed.
They're great. They're so good. And there were some really great ads. One of them
only $6 a piece. Oh wow. And only $6 each right now because we've got an opening bid of 12. Yeah, you pick those up. You couldn't buy an individual piece of art for $6.
Right. Yeah. I did try to get some of the wonderful art in my reel on Instagram for a preview. But yeah, just really cute pictures. I mean, not just fashion ones, but really cute to-dos. Yeah, I love it. So I will start counting down. I saw Isabel. Isabel, we're going to count down for you from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The end.
All right, if Beth can refresh really quick, so we had a couple things rush in there at the end.
Look at that one.
For all messages,
That's
back
cute.
I have right before the stop, Vintage and Vino was $16. Isabel was right after the stop for 16 as well.
And that is what I see as well.
So, Vintage and Vino, congratulations. You won the lot at 16. Thank you so very much.
And we're going over to Beth.
Okay, I'm also going to put my start in for the next item. So I did a couple of vintage things, but I have to do a little bit of pottery. And this is Mexican pottery. It's the beautiful Talavera pottery, mainly because I'm about to go to Mexico right after I go back to work, y'all. I'm going to see Debbie from Our Vagabond Travels, if you remember her. She's now my Our Vagabond style. And this is a beautiful Talavera seahorse. They only make they're different designs, but they only make two shapes. And one is the one with the spikes. And then there is this one. This one is starting at $20. There are no chips, cracks, or imperfections in the paint of this. The colors are absolutely phenomenal. I've seen a black and white one like this, and I've seen a blue and maybe just blue and yellow. I can't remember if I've seen these. It is marked made in Mexico here. It has its original sticker. Again, no breaks in it. It's not going to be glazed or painted where it will lay against the wall, and it is for a wall hanging. It is 9.5 inches long, so it's pretty long. And it's 4 inches from the tip of the snout to the wing. So there is a paint imperfection here. It is under the glaze, but otherwise this is in absolutely beautiful condition. So I don't know if you collect pottery. Oh, Lori, it's beautiful. I was going to say, if you don't collect the pottery or, anything, know much about the Talavera, it is all hand done. So it's all hand drawn and hand painted, and then it is glazed. It's in phenomenal condition. So I see Lori at $20 for this 9.5 inch Talavera seahorse Mexican pottery. I'm going to start counting it down. That is a good one. All right. So I'm going to count down from 10, 9, 8, 7, very colorful, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Thank you for your consideration and for your bid, Lori. I appreciate that. If I am refreshing, oh, I see a snipe. Hold on, let me refresh one more time. I see My Flea Market Treasures, Miss Jerry, for 22. That's what I see right before the stop. Can anybody verify?
That's also what I see.
Thank you. Thank you, Lori, for your consideration. And thank you, My Flea Market Treasures. I believe that's Miss Jerry.
Yes.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
All right. We're going to come over to me with the largest item that I have available. So this is, I've done a video earlier today. This is a folk art piece. It's 100 degrees outside. Let's start thinking about fall. This could be used at any time, but the minute I saw this, I felt that this was a folk art,
The frying pan,
a Halloween type piece, because it is a cast iron pan that has been converted to a church with a cemetery. So you've got the cast iron, still got the handle on it. I don't think, you wouldn't be able to use it anymore because there's rivets and stuff inside, but I don't know if it's ever been signed. There's a piece of burlap that was put down kind of as the grass. And from what I can see lifting underneath it, you cannot see it. This does have a start of $35, which I'll be 100% honest. That is less than I paid for this. So I feel like I was concerned that I might have overpaid for it, but I have to keep moving this around. So I want to sell it. So I figure I'm going to start it at 35. The church does actually lift off, so it'll be a little bit easier to ship. So I can wrap that up separately. There's these little prongs that hold on to it. But the little tombstones in the cemetery are somehow anchored in. You don't see them coming through the bottom, but they're welded, or they're somehow welded onto there. So I would just picture something like this, stretch that fake cobwebby stuff across it, put a giant fake spider crawling up the side. You've got one of the most unique Halloween displays you could ever think of. And who cares? It's on a frying pan. But hey, you stole that from a witch's place. You turned it into your own little cast iron graveyard with the church. So it does have a $35 start. Don't see any takers with it, so I don't see a reason to count down. So I'm I don't know if I'm still supposed to count down if I don't have any bids.
I sometimes do a quick countdown just because sometimes people are waiting.
So we'll do a quick countdown. 10, 9. Oh, weight on it. You're probably looking at about 3 pounds. So there's definitely going to be some shipping on this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And, be perfectly honest, I'm not overly concerned if it doesn't sell because I kind of like it. So maybe I'll actually decorate for Christmas this year, or for Halloween this year.
Well, maybe Christmas. You could hang a wreath.
Yeah, you never know. It goes to Christmas past, so you're hanging all that there. So we'll pass this over to Scott.
Patrick, that was unique.
Very.
I thought so, but that's okay. Not for everyone's taste. Let's see what you got, Scott.
Well, I don't know what all I have are like 6 plastic pink coasters, which fade in comparison to the item that you just put. But let me talk as much as I can about 6 pink plastic coasters. Now, Patrick, I am tipping my hat at you. Am I not?
I appreciate that.
Because Patrick happens to like coasters. And, after I decided I would sell these tonight, I probably should have asked you if you wanted them, because if you did, I'd give them to you. But the bid, we're going to look, where are we starting? I put it in there, and now I don't even remember. I'm running my mouth. What, Beth? Was it Heather?
Do you see the screen?
I can see it now. $5, yes,
Yeah.
Right? Okay. There are 6 pink plastic coasters. Pink, fantastic plastic. And I'm getting excited here with my coasters.
Good thing they're plastic.
That's what I get for making fun of them. They may look white, but they're more of a salmon-y. The more you hold them back away from these ring lights, the more the true color is. So kind of like a salmon color, but they're cute. Look at that. 6 of them. See that pink? It's almost like a translucent plastic. What do you call that, Patrick? It's an old-fashioned kind of a 50s or 60s plastic.
Yeah. I mean, they are translucent, so you can see. Okay. We can't see them from here. Oh, there you go. Yep.
See through it?
Yep. You got an opening bid of 5 from Margaret.
I don't know if you can see. Did my eyeballs show up through there? I guess not. But yeah. You're the coaster man, so you jump in at any time, and you can probably describe these more eloquently than I don't know what else to say.
Well, what's nice about it, they have the ridges on the bottom so that as your drink sweats, it doesn't collect on the glass, so it doesn't get stuck to them as you pick them up, which I have several that are just not designed well. So when those ridges actually do serve a purpose beyond being aesthetic.
I didn't know that. I love learning from my community. I don't know what else to say, so let's count them down. Okay. Is there a bid?
Yes, you got a $5 bid from Margaret Howell.
All right, Margaret. Here we go. 10. And anyone else? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Fantastic plastic. 4, 3, 2, 1. And speaking of fantastic plastic, D, the thrill of the thrift, has arrived in the chat. Hey, D. That's a joke. That's not. I'm not saying D is plastic. D gets it.
Y'all had a good time. Y'all had a good time. I enjoyed watching.
Oh, thank you.
So it looks like Margaret gets them at $5.
All right, Margaret. Look, you know what I should have done? Don't turn me off yet, Patrick. Look, I should have modeled it properly for you.
That would have gotten a bigger bid.
I know. But now somebody's going to get mad that I'm drinking a Diet Pepsi. I don't know.
All right, we'll pass it over to Heather Elizabeth.
Okay. So I got my offer up start. It should be in there now. So this is for both. And this is going to start at $12. And this is for 2 tin types. These are pretty small. These measure around 2 wide and a little over 3 inches tall. And what I liked about these 2 is that they each have a portrait of 2 people. We've got 2 lovely ladies and 2 gentlemen here. I think that the gentleman tin type does stand out a little more. It is a little clearer, has a little more contrast. And of course, you have the awesome hats. And they're both trying to look very cool with their cigarette hanging out of their mouth. And you see some awesome furniture, the chairs. And then these ladies are on one of those velvet chase lounges. So I love how these represent the fashion, the style. I think they're great. I know a lot of people craft with these. I think if you have a vintage album, these would be great to fill. If you have an album with some empty spots, you could fill it up, or you could do something fun with them for the holidays. You could do something Halloween-y with them, I think, possibly, or add some little witch hats on the ladies. So very fun. If you're into antique photography, I thought these were a nice little pairing because they both had 2 folks in them. So is anybody in? I'm not sure.
Yes.
Melody?
Yes.
Those will look great in a flower frog.
Yes.
Little metal flower frog.
Yes. So these are on metal. So they have, they're very stiff. They will hold up in a flower frog very nicely. So I am going to start counting down because Miss Melody is in at 12. So from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bid end.
Those are great.
Thanks, Beth.
All right. So I think that we had the one bid from Melody.
Yay! Congratulations. They're going to a good home. Thank you so much.
All right. We jump over to Beth.
All right. Okay. I've got some brass. Brass is coming back right now. And this is my little tribute to Scott. So I just totally thought about him when I saw this. It is a brass door knocker. Oh, sorry. It is going to start at $25. I just put it in. It is solid brass. I'm going to show you the depth and everything of it. It is the Old Curiosity Shop.
Oh!
So, yes, it is the Old Curiosity Shop brass door knocker. And this one is, it says Portsmouth Street in London. Underneath here, you can see the great graphics of the people at the door. There's some, and I got to turn it around so I can see it. It looks like a spinning wheel and a little farmer over here. It is a thicker piece of brass. It is a door knocker. Of course, the screws are not there. There is no damage to this or anything. This is really great on the little bungalow, but it does say the Old Curiosity Shop right here. The 2 screw holes there. The number on this.
Oh, how sweet.
The address, I think, is 7307 on this one though. I have to get my loop to see that because even with my reading glasses I can't. But here's the little bottom piece right here. Isn't this awesome, y'all?
I love it.
It is great. Let me give you the dimensions of it. It is starting at $25. Again, it is solid brass. It is 3.5 by 2.5. So yeah, this one is pretty cool. And I just thought, it says the Old Curiosity Shop. How often would I be able to see that? I think the only other writing again was the address and Portsmouth Street in London. So, and there you go. All right, I'm going to pass it back to you, Patrick.
Okay.
I love seeing that.
Well, thank you.
I'm sure Scott sees a lot of stuff from us with the Old Curiosity Shop, but I've never seen that one before. That was cool.
Yeah.
All right. The next item, I did get Smalls came into the chat and did ask for the cemetery, so it did actually sell. So
Super cool.
So I feel less foolish bringing up my next cemetery related item. So this will be easier to ship if nothing else. So what I've got here, this is going into some of the ephemera that I have sold. But this is let me actually start this out. This is a start of, I'm jumping all over the place because I'm on the wrong page. I'm going to be starting this with a bid of $10. And I'm trying to multitask here. But so this is a memorial record book. And what's really nice about this one is it's like exactly what you would have thought. It is a booklet that is made to memorialize the burial or death of someone, but it's never been filled in. So you actually have effectively a new old stock in memoriam book where you can keep track of who was the deceased, the date, their age at the time. There's some great illustrations on this, and you can keep track of who came to the funeral, who did the services, gifts that were made, so you can keep track of who is actually giving you things. So this is one item within, and we've got and Poodle is giving me the opening bid of $10. So you get this. In addition, you get a fantastic vintage billhead, which is a receipt from Oak Hill Cemetery in Evansville, Indiana, dated December 21st, 1943. And this was received of the Low and Son, I guess, funeral home. $25 for the grave fee and evergreens for the interment of Amy Hayford Osborne. So you've got this fantastic little book and a frameable Halloween perfect Oak Hill Cemetery receipt that you have that I bet nobody else is picking these up at Hobby Lobby. So you've got a fantastic item. We've got the opening bid is $10 from Poodle, and I'm going to go ahead and start counting it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'll be looking down so I can watch my countdown so I can figure out when it actually comes to you guys. 1, and it looks like Poodle upped her own bid.
Hold on, I'll refresh because I thought
unless I missed somebody.
I think she outbid herself, but hold on. Right before the stop, I do see her at 12, and the only other bid is her at 10.
Okay, so Poodle, you get it at 10. You didn't need to up your bid. I'm glad you think it's worth more, but you get it for 10. So congratulations, you get that, and we'll pass it over to Scott.
Charge your 12. Oh, I'm back. No, I'm kidding. Poodle, I was playing. I was just fooling with you. Now, I didn't plan this, but we're going from Patrick's funereal items. And before I show you my item, Beth, thank you so much. I really appreciated that wave to the Old Curiosity Shop. That was kind of you, and it was really neat to see that.
You're most welcome.
And I also apologize if it seems as though I am buffering quite badly here. I'm actually at the Jersey Shore right now, and I'm not at home, and so I'm not on my regular internet. You know how it is when your system is kind of, you're somewhere other than where you normally are. So
You actually sound fine, and you've looked fine.
Right.
Like, there's been no issues from our end.
Yeah.
okay, the issues are on my end. I was not able to hear or see anything that was going on for a while, but I think it's okay now. Just a quick technical question, Patrick. When you have us in the green room, can you still see us?
I can see you, but I'm not paying attention to you.
Did you know that, ladies?
Yes, we did.
Oh.
We've been making faces at him.
Yeah, it's just me
I
though.
don't know, 'cause
You guys can't see each other. But I can see all three of you.
I can't see them.
Right.
And I can't see Patrick, but so if I get up and move around, you can see me.
Yep.
Careful.
I won't do my party dance until I turn the television set, until I turn this thing off. Okay. Going from Patrick's funereal items to mine. These are actually, seriously speaking, very quaint, and I don't often get parts 1 and 2. And I think in the postcard world, they call these real photo postcards. Although
RPPC.
RPC?
RPPC.
Or PPC. And they are, although the photographs are staged, I'm going to hold them up as still as I can, as close as I can for you to see it. But I'll tell you, they're very glossy on the front. And the two parts of the poem is the vacant chair. Now, I've been collecting old records for a long time. And you may know the vacant chair was penned after the death of a beloved son during the American Civil War. And it became a very popular song really during the World War I era. These date to World War I, but the song goes back to the Civil War. Okay, so I'm only going to read a little bit, but I want you to look at the photographs. They're very poignant. Just a little bit, and you get both of the postcards. These are originals, and I forget I put it in there. I put what I was starting at, and I've already forgot, but it's back there in the chat. If one of you will look back up there and see, I apologize.
It's the $6.
It's on the screen.
Okay, all right. So get with it. So it says, we shall meet, but we shall miss him. There will be one vacant chair. We shall linger to caress him while we breathe our evening prayer. It's so hard to see it. When a year ago we gathered, joy was in his mild blue eye, but a golden cord is severed, and our hopes in ruin die. We shall meet, but we shall miss him. There will be one vacant chair. We shall linger to caress him when we breathe our evening prayer. That's part 1, and then there's part 2. It was put to music. I'm not going to sing it for you, but let's look very closely. I know it's going to be blurry, but we've got a World War I era family gathered at the table. And of course, the poses are staged, you know. It's very quiet. Is everyone?
We're here.
Okay.
You're good. We're here.
Okay. So, and you can see on the back, this is the old postcard. That's not what I paid. So this is, I don't know where I got these, but that's somebody's little pencil there from an antique store, you know, how people used to do. So there's that one. The second one, the photography is even more dramatic. We've got the young doughboy with the American flag, and he's going up on some rocks, and he's clutching his breast, breathing his last, and everyone is gathered around the fireplace. Mother and Papa, and probably the wife, and even little Fido is sitting there, and they're staring into the fireplace. Very poignant, sort of, you know, little late Victorian, over the top, but that was sort of common for that period. So the vacant chair. And I'm not a postcard expert, so if there's anything that you know that you can add, Patrick, since you're the ephemera guy, we've got both of them, and I think these would just be wonderful to frame. Maybe you have a picture of we've all got ancestors that fought in this war, that war, this war, that war. Just kind of something neat and patriotic.
Real photo postcards are collectible in and of their own right because they're a specific type of printing, and that is something that people will search for. And I do sell them on eBay, and it's all about the image. And those types of images are really popular because, like you said, it may be staged, but it's of a specific era of house. So you can look at the type of furniture that they had. You can look at the type of art that they had on the walls. What kind of carpeting did they have? And like that's the kind of stuff people don't really need them to ship or mail anywhere, but they want to capture like what was life like. And if you could, sometimes if they're mailed, you can even say, oh, this must have come from Philadelphia, or pieces like that. That's what really helps drive really high prices. So you've got bids up to $8, which for only $4 of RPPC, that's actually a really good price.
It is good. Neither one of these were mailed. They were published by, I don't know, it's too small for my highly astigmatized eyes. I don't even know if astigmatized is a real word, but I can't see what it says on the back. It's too little. But there they are.
Sometimes you can tell the age. You already know that the one was a doughboy, so we've got to be into the teens. But they do divided backs, which puts them after 1907. So that's just another quick tip for people doing postcards. If it's an undivided back, it's before 1907. Mm-hmm. If it doesn't say postcard, it's before 1903.
Yeah, and so clearly in these, that's the era that we're in. We see that World War I soldier there. All right, we'll count these two postcards down. I think the high bid on the two is maybe $8 or so. Something
Jamie
like
with
that.
8, yes.
We're going to count them down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I actually could sing it for you. I do know the tune. I see no one's begging me to sing the song, so I won't do it. I was fishing. I wanted somebody to ask me to sing. Maybe when the night is over, after we've sold everything, if anybody's still watching, I'll come back and sing The Vacant Chair for you.
I was muted, so you couldn't hear me say, please don't. So if you could refresh, Beth, because I do have somebody that came in right near the stop.
Correct. I see Smalls, I believe, at 10.
Okay, that's what I see as well, but I wasn't sure.
It's a person named Smalls.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Smalls.
What's wrong?
No, Smalls is 10.
They're killing you?
No, never mind.
That's a saying.
That's a saying.
Okay.
I'm sure that Smalls is tired of hearing that saying, but yes, Smalls got it at $10.
I'm missing something, but that's typical for me. Smalls, I don't think I know you, so make sure you write to me at oldcuriosityshop99@gmail.com. I'll stick it in there because I can't get your stuff to you if I don't hear from you. Okay, so I'll put my email in there. Thank you, Smalls, at 10.
And moving to Heather Elizabeth.
Okay, so this round I have a book for y'all, and it is very close to being antique. Its copyright is 1926. And this is a children's book with the stories of Shakespeare in it. And it has a wonderful cover. Now, the condition has some issues. It's definitely been read during bedtime a lot in its life. But I thought it was wonderful because it has great illustrations and it has all this wonderful border around each page. And it starts with a brief history of Shakespeare, and then it goes into Midsummer Night's Dream, The Tempest, As You Like It, The Winter's Tale, King Lear, Twelfth Night, Much Ado About Nothing, Romeo and Juliet, basically every story. I mean, all the major comedies and tragedies. So I really wanted to show some of the illustrations. That's what gets a lot of us excited about these vintage and antique books, especially when they're getting closer to antique. And I think they're charming. I really do. And I love the way the pages smell. They're so good. So there was a really great
Mhm.
image of Romeo and Juliet, which I haven't found yet, but really nice. So these are all shortened and rewritten so that you could read it to a child and they could understand the basic story. So these are shortened and, oh, here it is. Here's the Romeo and Juliet. Look at that. So if you're looking this up, there were some other ones offered. The author is Nesbit, but there weren't any being offered at the low price of $10.
And just a quick interruption. Empty Nesting 2 and KP Gunther came in at the exact same timestamp. I am seeing Maria first, both at 10. So KP Gunther, unless Beth sees something different, I'm showing that Maria was first. So you would need to be at KP Gunther would need to be at 11.
Okay.
That is correct.
Okay. Well, I can start counting down if that helps folks get in a nice orderly fashion. I sworn I saw, darn it, I can't find all the pictures that I took for y'all for some reason. My fingers just aren't going to the right place. Oh, there's one. There's one of Imogen. So there are some color book plates in here, as well as these fun black and white illustrations. So I'm going to start counting down for the beautiful stories from Shakespeare from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end.
It's so
I think I see Maria.
That is what I am seeing.
Yes. Hopefully.
Yay! I love Maria. I got to meet her at Springfield last year. So great. So congratulations. And just remember to email me antique.agenda@gmail, Maria, and we'll send that to you.
And her email's on the screen, but we will jump over to Beth.
All right. My next item is going to start at $15. And it's one of the cutest things I've found in a while. I have an advertisement ashtray. So we've got some clear glass. That's one box for me. We've got some old advertisement. That's a second box. And then a 4-lot ashtray. And this is from the Circle Motel here in Fort Worth, which is north of us, Texas. And let's look at the address, if we shall. It's 7301 Highway 80 West at the traffic circle. So there you go. That's how you'll know where the Circle Motel is. This is free of chips or cracks. This is older. It doesn't have a phone number listed on there. It doesn't have a zip code or anything on there, but it does say Fort Worth, Texas. But it's just at the traffic circle. You will find the Circle Motel. And the Circle ashtray, the vintage glass ashtray from the Circle Motel is 3 3/4 square, and then it is 3/4 inches deep. But it does have 4 slots, no chips or cracks. You can't get there from here. Probably not. So this is a great piece of older advertisement, and it's one of my it's one of my favorite things, just because it says at the traffic circle, and so it's the Circle Motel. But no, nothing wrong with the images or anything. And again, no chips or cracks. I know a lot of people collect the old advertisements or collect the ashtrays. So that is mine, and it started at $15, Patrick. So we will move on to the next, and I will watch the chat.
Okay, so we're passing over to me, and this I'm going to try and show without actually dropping it out of the set. This is a still complete bridge set. So you've got, and let me go ahead and type in because I had the word stop there. Let me change that. This is a start of $10 for the bridge set. And what you get with that are 2 decks of cards, 2 glass nut dishes, and the scorekeeping card and the original gold pen that was with it. So I don't have to worry about dropping it. I can open it up. So first, I did check to make sure that the cards are complete. So you've got some great vintage. You've got a silver-plated teapot that is on these. And just realized it says something at the bottom. Hold on. Let me put on my specs. Minneapolis Institute of Arts. So if we've got any Minnesotans, the one deck has the kettle burner, the spirit kettle on the bottom. And they do still have the jokers. So these are the style of the jokers. And then the other deck of cards has the coffee pot with the pewter cup.
Those are cool.
Also, Minneapolis Institute of Arts. Also, complete sets of cards with the jokers. So those are complete. The rest of the set, you get 2 of the glass nut dishes. So these, so often you find these by themselves. So this is still within the set. They're still in the little molded plastic holder that holds this whole thing. They both are this design. So they don't match the cards. They just both have the spirit kettle on the stand. So there's 2 of the glass nut dishes. So you can have snacks next to your partners while you're playing bridge. And then it's not new old stock because the scorecard, which still has a lot of the paper in it, did at some point get used of someone keeping track. I don't know how to play bridge, so I don't know how you actually do keep track, but we've got the we and the they, across the board, the contract score pad. The plastic cover also says styled by Stancraft, and it's got the Stancraft information on the back. So you get the note cards or the notepad. You get the little tiny pen, which has a little formed holder in there as well. The 2 decks of cards and the 2 nut dishes. It was a starting price of $10. Doesn't look like we've got any takers on that. So we're going to go ahead and pass things over to Scott.
Okay. I think maybe you did get a bid there. Patrick, you want to take another look?
Thank you. I did not see that. I should have gone ahead and counted down. So yeah, it looks like $10 from Sandra Smith. Glass tumblers are coming up. So I will do a really quick countdown in case there was anybody. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But it looks like it is going to be Sandra Smith who is picking those up. And so I'm just going to be formal and put the stop in there. But yes, that looked like the only bid. Thank you, Scott. I did not see that. So thanks for catching that. And thank you, Sandra, for picking up the bridge set.
Okay, no worries at all. And so if it's confusing at all, I did type in glass tumbler $12 because I'm getting ready to show you a glass tumbler and we're going to look for an opening bid of $12 on it. Before I show you that glass tumbler, I'm sitting here reading my latest edition of Antiques and Auction News. Hey, everybody. A 1920s cast iron Mr. Peanut figurine just sold for $9,500 at auction.
Wow. That's amazing.
You know those little Mr. Peanut dishes we see all the time?
Because he is gone. He's been retired, so he's very collectible now. And also, a really quick note, not to stop you, Scott, but just as a time check, we should each be halfway through our stack, and it is already past the 1 hour mark. So we're going.
Oh, I'm way halfway through it.
All right.
That glass tumbler starts at 12, and it's the little one, and it's old. It goes back to this type of etched tumbler was popular after the turn of the century into the 1920s. It might even appear in Sears catalogs a little bit later than that. A lot of makers did this kind of thing. It's kind of hard to tell exactly which company made it. This one happens to have the Star-Spangled Banner on it. Now, it's not something that was necessarily a souvenir. It wasn't necessarily made to commemorate anything. I've seen a lot of these glass tumblers, acid etched with all kinds of things. The Lord's Prayer. Oh, good heavens. Poems to Mother, Mother McCree, blah, blah, blah. Just all kinds of poetic mottos and things, from the old days. It was a thing. That's got the Star Spangled Banner on it. Yeah. And it's just one little water tumbler. I've just got one. It's got a tiny, and I mean tiny little flea bite there on the top. Doesn't really make a huge difference, but it is a tiny one. So again, probably dates to somewhere, you'll see these in the Sears and Roebuck catalog, 1905, 1910, 1912, something like that. And I'd love to hear from everybody else. How many other people have seen this type of thing? You've seen these before, etched with all kinds of things. Sometimes they're church related. There might be the 23rd Psalm could be on there. But we've got the Star Spangled Banner. So that's a little tiny water tumbler. And we've got the highest bid right now is $13, and we'll count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On the little Star Spangled Banner tumbler, which is probably about 100 years old, if not more. Yeah.
All right, if Beth can help out, because it looks like Margaret might have upbid herself.
Okay,
Margaret.
all right, what I see right before the stop is Margaret Howell at 14, but right above that was Margaret Howell at 13.
Margaret, 13, you got it. Thank you, Margaret. Oh, say can you see?
All right, we're going over to Heather Elizabeth.
All right. So this is going to be another choice. And I picked these up at an estate sale where they were hanging together, but I thought you all might not need or want two of them. These are made by Royal Copley from my research, and these are wall pockets. These have little openings at the top, so you can put some beautiful little flowers in there. And the glaze on these looks amazing. There is, some wear around the opening where it was used, but as far as on the horses, gorgeous, beautiful sculpt. This is what the back looks like. And there is a little bit of difference in the paint. One is darker than the other. So if you were just choosing one, you could choose the darker, where you can see around the ears and the forehead. It's a little darker on this horse. And on this guy, it's just a little bit lighter around the ears. So you can see the difference there. And you could put, you don't have to put flowers in these. These, if you had, a hat, you could use it as a little hat hook. Whatever you would want, but
Hang them low enough, you can put pens in them next to your desk.
hang it low enough. Exactly. I like that idea, Patrick. So I thought they were really nice. From my research, they were made between the 40s and the 50s, late 40s to later 50s. So I don't know if you have any horse fans or collectors out there tonight, but I thought they were really beautiful. So thought I would bring them.
You got an opening bid from Sandra at $10.
Thanks, Sandra. You like my horses. Aren't they great? Look at his jawline. Gotta love the majesty of a horse. So I will start counting down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bid end.
And I see Elderly Poodle for $20 right before the stop.
But I think she upbid herself.
She did. She had 15 right above that.
So I think she was doing her own just in case, but we didn't need it. We were going to take it. So it's 15 is
So-
Poodle's highest at 15.
So, Poodle, do you want one horse head or did you want both? And if you do just want one, you would just say, I want the light horse or darker horse.
And who's just thinking of Godfather? That's all I keep thinking of.
Oh gosh. That would have been a fun reel to do. Did she say if she wanted one or two?
I do
He
not.
wants the light horse.
The light horse. Okay, Poodle. I'll put you down for the light horse, and then that means backup. That was Sandra at 10, I believe. So Sandra, if you want the dark horse, just let me know. Thank you so much, ladies. I appreciate it.
And we are going over to Beth.
All right. All right, guys, I have, of course, some jewelry. I had to bring some jewelry. These are really great pieces of jewelry. They are starting, it's choice, start for $25. I featured one on my reels and on the community tab, but I'm going to start with the other piece first because you didn't get to see it. This is a West Germany marked piece of jewelry. It's a pendant. It is on a gold tone chain that is 24 inches. It goes down into this really detailed and intricate piece right here before the pendant. And then there is a heart shape right here in the gold tone. And then you have a beautiful little, I'm going to say that this is almost acrylic. That's the feel with a transfer. That's how it feels to me. But it does have the, I call it encasing. That is not the right word. Don't come for me. It does have a cabochon. This piece is a cabochon. It is beautifully intricate on the back. And right here in the center is marked West Germany. W Germany here. It does have the rivets that hold all of the pieces together. And I do believe the only other way would be for me to tap it on my teeth, and I don't want to do that live. But it does. Yeah, that's the only way I can tell. But there is a raised cabochon there that is inset in this setting with the pearlesque around, but the detail in that gold design, and it is marked. And I love the pieces here in the chain before. That is one of your choices. And then, of course, the pearls are the bezel, says Adam. And then the next one is this. This is a brooch that is set in a gunmetal. These are prong set stones. And if I can get the light to do it, it does glow. So the green stones on the outside and the green stones in the center glow. The emerald colored stones here do not glow, and the peridot stones do not glow, but all of the stones around the outside of this do fluoresce, and then the center. And it is pretty good. I mean, I've got two different lights on in here, and you can still see these. It is very beautiful. This is a 1.5 inch. Now, this does have the safety rollover clasp. There's no more extension after the clasp there. It has a great backing on those. But I have two pieces. There are choice starting at 25 for the uranium included. Well, it's not uranium. It's like a glass. It's a glass that fluoresces. I'm not sure that is, I don't know. It could have true uranium in there. I'm not a gem expert. So your information is welcome in the chat. But we do have glow here. And then we have, I'm about to drop, this is the piece that worries me the most, not the other one, because it is just so intricate. And this is the necklace. Again, the necklace is 24 inches. It is marked West Germany on the back. The pendant is 2 inches long by 1.5 inches in diameter. Both of these are beautiful. And if there is interest, okay, I have one person at interest. So I'm going to count down, and this is for choice. So I have 10. They're West Germany or the uranium brooch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Yes, bring back the brooch. And I think it's just Isabel. So once I see the stop, Isabel, if you'll let me know if you would like the brooch or the necklace. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, we're going to come over to me, and I'm going to be starting this. You get the pair, and it's an $8 start, and it is a pair of vintage hair nets. I know Scott's been looking. Yeah, they're running out in New Jersey, so Scott needs to add to these to his collection. So we've got nylon, good form.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Pure silk hair net with elastic. These are both new old stock. The hair nets are still in here. So you get this one. I thought they kind of looked good together. I thought they looked cool framed or just in a vignette. But you've got from the Rexall drugstore. They're made of nylon, although here at the top it says pure silk, so I'm not sure who's lying. This one is light brown, but then it says blonde, $6.94. And at the very bottom, it says who printed them, lithography in the United States. And the copyright was I think it says 47, if I remember correctly. Yeah, looks like 1947. But you've got this great 17th century appearance in, poodle 1600s on the outside. And then even on the back, they're like little envelopes. And you even got some great graphics on the back advertising Rexall drugs. So you've got these great vintage advertising pieces. And then on top of that, when you open them up, you actually have the
Say it isn't so.
cellophane with the hair net in it. So looks like hair. So that's the blonde one. So you get that one. And for the $8 start, you also get this one. So it has a slightly different look in the middle. Kind of still got that 17th century, but a much more brightly colored graphic around it. This one also has the copyright of 1947. So you can see they were done at the same time. This one happens to be, these are human hair net, still from Rexall. This one is double mesh in black. Not as many graphics on the back, but still promoting with Rexall. And when you open it up, you actually still have the hair net on the back of this one as well. So these were the pair. Was starting out for $8. I do not see anyone, but I'm going to learn my lesson from the last time and go ahead and do a quick countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'll keep looking down so I can see they go through. And I guess these still count as ephemera, so they might show up in my next ephemera sale because it doesn't look like they're going to sell here. So we are going on to Scott.
Those are really cool, though, Patrick.
I thought the graphics were really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to figure out what to do with them. I think they look great in somebody's bathroom. But
yeah, with your bandages from the last sale.
There you go.
Oh, no, Patrick. They are sold, and they are sold to the old curiosity shop. Right, put me down.
All right, Scott, you got it for $8.
The only reason I didn't put my bid in there is as I has already typed in the start for my next item.
So you're too organized.
Because if anybody needs a hairnet.
There you go.
This guy.
I was thinking of you.
Well, you do get to see the shaved summer.
We pull out our sunglasses. We got to glare.
It's very rare you get to see the shaved head, but you know what? Let's put my Cape Cod hat on.
The Jersey Shore is going to kick you off putting a Cape Cod hat on the Jersey Shore.
I know. Listen, if I step out on the boardwalk, which is right there, I'll get my you-know-what kicked if I wear Cape Cod on the Jersey Shore. Look at this. We're going to go from Jersey to Pittsburgh. Okay. It starts at $12. $12. Okay, $12. That's it. It dates to about 1930. It's in an old wooden frame, which is stippled the way they used to do. Look at that stippling on there. I love a good stippled frame, don't you? You know you do. Okay. And you've got, don't all chime in at once.
I didn't know that's what that was called. I was on mute. I didn't know that's what that was called. So now I've learned something.
Stippling. Yeah,
I always learn
they
something
would do the frames to make them
stippled.
Cheap way to do it in the 30s. So
Okay.
you got some old man. It looks like Laura Ingalls' father, whoever he was. What was his name? Papa on the
Michael
Ingalls.
Landon.
Yeah, Michael
Yes,
played him.
that's right. He's going out to check on the cow. Now the little thermometer is accurate, and I'm not at home, so I got the air conditioner cranked because if I was at home, trust me, it'd be a lot hotter. But anyway, the thermometer works. And it is a souvenir of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I'll pull it back. And it looks like we're at $17 on it. It has a glass front, and it's just a little cardboard. This was the equivalent of walking into a Hallmark store in circa 1931, 32, or walking into a souvenir shop. You know, today, what do we buy? T-shirts, baseball hats. There was a time when people collected spoons when they traveled, right?
Yep.
And this is another piece of just souvenir memorabilia. It's quaint. It's got a working thermometer, and I think it's lovely. I love the print. Wouldn't we like some snow? I'm ready for it.
Yeah, it's hot.
You guys ready for it?
Yes. Oh, his name was Charles Ingalls, they said.
That's right.
Played by Michael Landon. We got both right. We got both of them in there. Was it a Michael Landon that played Charles Ingalls?
Yeah.
It
Yes.
was. I'm going to count it down, but I'm telling you right now, if you have never seen Laura Ingalls push Nellie Olson down that hill in the wheelchair,
You've not lived because it was epic.
you haven't lived. If you haven't seen, everybody, when the show is over, you go watch it. You will chortle for days. I often chortle when I watch that. Counting it down. Thanks. We have a bid at $22. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. This is hot. 4. Wait, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo!
I agree. Nellie was
I'm
mean.
putting my.
They deserved it.
Oh, poor old Nell. She was mean. She kind of got. Yeah, Nellie was mean. She was misunderstood.
Right. Patrick, I see an elderly poodle for 25 right before the stop, but she outbid herself and she was above that for 22.
Okay. I'm seeing the same thing. So yeah. So
She's at 22.
Poodle at 22.
Poodle at 22.
Yep. Congrats, Poodle.
I
Thank you,
had
Poodle.
one of those that was from a funeral home.
The thermometer.
Yeah. It was
Excellent.
a giveaway from a funeral home.
All right. Heather Elizabeth.
Okay, Scott, I have not thought about Nellie Olson in quite a while. But don't you think that part of it had to do with Mrs. Olson? I mean, I thought some of the attitude might have not been particularly toned down
She
by the
deserved it.
mother influence.
True.
Okay. Oh, let me.
Very true.
I need to pop this in. Okay, so I'm starting this at $17. This is a vintage antique little cash box. It's very attractive, but I have some junk in it. And I'm calling this your father's junk drawer. And we're going to look-see and see what dear old dad has in his junk drawer. So I've got a Goodyear
Ooh.
letter opener. We've got fun little old dog toy. He got his nose into something, but he makes a great profile. So I like that.
An opening bid of 17 from Adam.
You've got some paper fasteners with some fasteners still inside. You've got a little fuse tin. Excello fuses, and there's about 5 fuses inside of this little tin. So that's fun advertising. And we have some Air Force wings. These are marked sterling on the back. We've got an eye wash.
I can't believe you have an eye wash. That's fantastic.
Well,
You and Scott were conspiring beforehand.
Yeah. We've got some keychains.
Yes.
Keychain to Bob's Hotel. Oh, we've got an old pen.
Yeah.
I didn't put my glasses on to read what it's advertising, but I know some people like to collect those. I'll go a little faster. Another pen. And this is an old pipe tobacco tin full of some used stamps. You've got the original advertising for that little kilowatt, ready kilowatt with the original pin in there.
Yes.
What else does Dad have? Dad has this cute little, it's a leather pouch with some string. It says handy hang up, and there's some string wrapped up in there. We've got an original Goodyear eraser, which I've never seen this before in its packaging. Oh, we got a pencil. We got a little oil guy. I got another hotel key. Or this is Chuck's Roundup Motel.
It's right near the Circle Motel.
Those things sell for big bucks too.
Yeah.
I got a can opener. I can't read it. It is
Echo.
Chicago.
Another pen, and this, I believe this is a counting device of some sort, where you put like a pen in the little notches, but that's what that looks like. And lastly, a Harley Davidson keychain.
Oh, wow.
So that's what's in Dad's junk drawer. Let's count
Sandra's
down.
at 30.
From 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid in, y'all. And I'm
Lynn
gonna try.
said, I want to know what your dad's been up to.
Well, you know, we all have our secrets.
Okay, let me refresh because we had some people coming.
Yeah, a bunch of people pop in.
And I see right above the stop is Isabella Duran for 38, but Melody Southern Buckeye had 42 right above the stop. So
and then I see Isabel has 44, but I see that after the
it's
stop.
right after the stop.
Okay, that's what I see as well. So okay, you got Melody Southern Buckeye, got that at $42.
Awesome. Well, thanks, ladies. I'm glad you liked it, and congratulations to Melody. Thank you so much.
Just the box and those 2 keychains are worth more than $42.
Yeah.
That was a fantastic box.
Yay.
What a treasure. Well done.
All right, so Patrick, I went ahead and put mine in. It's starting at $10. I did not bring any ephemera yet, y'all, so I had to bring my ephemera. This is, and I just lost the piece of paper that it says, it's August 14th, 1969, the Sunday Times magazine. I figured if, we've gone up and down, this was a little more successful, just saying. But this is a great magazine starting at $10. It is intact. It is in great shape. One of my favorites is the Nosy Rosie right here looking at the window of this guy in his car. But we all know, well, first of all, in Northern Ireland, our children are important to them. So I didn't get to read the article. Sometimes I love to read the articles, but if you know anything about me, this is really why I got the magazine. I have a donkey collection. But this is a great donkey collection on a carpet ad, y'all. Look at that phone. So cool. 30 years of gossiping. Now, I bet that's a good read right there. And I bet she gossips with the best of them. This is August 1960.
Oh, she does.
Oh, she does. This is, I love how these people smoke and pour the cream on the back of their spoon. They are highfalutin with their gold spoon. They are great. No wheels on that Volkswagen, but I guess you don't need them. You can just run on hubcaps. But it does have some wonderful aerospace graphics and pictures. This is a fabulous one. This is a starting bid of $10. There is a horizontal as well as a vertical picture. So anyone that's into NASA or aerospace, anything like that would enjoy this. There's some other pictures. I just think they were a little tiny. Now, I'm not going to say get in the boat right here. That's not what I'm going to say. But it's got some great pictures in here.
You got an opening bid of $10 from Isabel.
Thank you. This is Makers of the 20th Century Part 9. And so I'm not sure if this was something that continued, but there's lots of people and their stories in here. So what I'm thinking is, like, this was from Czechoslovakia and British people. These are just got to be some real history makers in here. Look at that ad.
Oh my gosh.
Great graphics on here, but super cool. Again, August 14th. Wonderful graphics. And look, Patrick, there you go. If you want to learn how to play bridge, the directions for this particular hand are here. There's also, this almost reminds me of Sudoku, this game. I did get to look at this, and you can brush up on your chess right here, the game. They teach you all of those things. So wonderful magazine, $10. I'm going to start it. I'm going to start the countdown. I can't talk. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that it is Isabel for 10. Well, hold on. Hold on before see, I should never say open my big trap, because here's what we got.
It looks like Sandra popped in right before the stop.
Oh, sorry, Isabel. Sandra sniped that for 11. Good get, Sandra. Thank you so much for both of your considerations and bids. Thank you.
All right, so we're going to pop over to me. So this was an item I wasn't sure of when I started, and so I put a battery in it, and unfortunately the time has not changed since I put the battery in at the start of the show. So I have to sell this as is, so I'm starting the bid at only $8. But I grabbed this when I knew that Scott was going to be on my sale here, because I just thought this was screaming a little Art Deco look. With the glass, it does not have the, what did you call it? Not of this, was it stipple? What did you call the framework? This is just a regular wood frame.
Yeah, stippling.
But it does have what I believe is reverse painted glass, because you can feel what's happening on the back of this. It does have a mechanism to hold Energizer C, which looks a lot later. So I'm not sure if that was added later, or maybe it's just got a retro look. But it's got the swing look to these, which were popular in the 30s. I just can't quite figure out what era this is actually from, because the mechanism is throwing me off. But the mechanism doesn't work. So it's a plastic casing. It's got the start and stop, and I did actually recognize that. I couldn't get the time to be adjusted with the timer. But I think it's all about the look. Whether it was if it's functioned, it would be worth obviously a lot more. But without it, it's still a fantastic looking piece. It's just got great colors on there, and Scott does like it. It's just got some great colors on there. It's in fantastic condition. The glass has no chips, no scratches, nothing on it. You can see the reflection going on that. It's just something, if you know how to replace it, it looks like that's probably replacement as it is. Maybe you can get that to work, or you can replace it with something else, because it looks like it's just mounted onto the original box. So I'm going to go ahead and be sensitive to time and start counting it down. So we've got Scott as the high bid right now at $19. We're going to go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to be looking down so I can see what's happening in my screen. Find the lag, and 2, 1, and we've got the stop. And pretty sure no one's going to snipe from Scott. And we're going to do, Scott gets it for $19 for Scott. And he was so excited, he deleted himself. So got to bring him back into the screen. So Scott did win. He got so excited, he hit delete and closed his window. But he is back now. And Scott gets it for $19, and we will change it to Scott to sell the next item.
Sorry about that. I did get excited. Oh, I can't wait. I love it. Thank you so much. I did delete myself. And I know it's getting late, and sometimes I talk too much. I've tried to go quickly. Am I still here?
Yeah. You're good.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. This is probably the thing that I like the best tonight. This is the 1932-33 Temple University Student Handbook.
What are we starting at?
Oh, hold on. $25. Let me put it in there. Paste.
No, I did. You're good. Start talking.
It's in there. It's in there. You see it? $22. Now you say, okay, but I didn't go to Temple. This is a capsule of history. I have been reading this and it's amazing what you can learn about different eras just from reading odd pieces of ephemera. But there it is, the original. How many of these can be floating around? The Student Handbook from 1932-33, Temple University in Philadelphia. And I think also tucked in here, and I'm not going to tell you purposefully, hold on for a second. Not only do you get the Temple University Handbook, which is wonderful, you also get the admissions ticket to the young man who entered Temple in the fall of 1932. And I'm not telling you the name because people start Googling, and sometimes people do things, and I just kind of like to honor. I just don't want to do that. But whoever wins is going to get, let me cover up his name. That's the original Temple University admissions ticket. Can you see that?
That's super cool.
Yeah. So the person who was admitted was from Paulsboro, New Jersey. This has all of what he got in high school and the credits that he was given. And so look at this admissions ticket, which has been inside of, it's upside. There's the Temple Owl. Yeah. So I have been having so much fun reading this. And would you like to know who was head of women's activities at the college? It was Miss Gertrude D. Peabody. Look at Gertrude Peabody.
She looks like a good time.
She looks like she was rocking the women's activities. I love it. But it goes through, and you've got,
The picture says this is the Depression.
Yeah, it does. No, but you know what? And then like the Temple alma mater is in there. I'm not going to try to sing that. Then you've got advertisements. Patrick, you're going to like this. Students get the best sandwiches at Hamburg's Delicatessen. You can have on Montgomery Avenue sandwiches, salads, pies, cakes, soft drinks, no extra charge for toast.
How dare they charge for toast? That's going to get it for free.
I mean, it's the Depression.
That is excellent.
No extra charge for toast. Woo.
Well, I also find those things interesting too, because you're also a few years before Germany started, let's just say, changing. And so you start, still see German related advertisements in restaurants then, but a few more years, you would change, all those restaurant names would change.
Funny you should mention that, because in the list of clubs, there is the German club.
That would be disbanded, I'm sure. A few years
Now, my
later.
guess is not too long after September of 38 when they invaded Poland?
39 was when they invaded Poland.
39. I imagine the German club probably, but Temple is not too far from Germantown, and there's a lot of Germans in Philadelphia. But anyway, we may not have anyone in the audience tonight who is interested in this. I've got to tell you one more thing. I was reading about all the clubs, and listen, the guy who entered even wrote in his schedule in ink in fountain pen.
Oh, very cool.
So it's, like he had zoology lab on Mondays from 9 until 10.
We had a couple connections. We had somebody from Paulsboro. We had somebody who knew somebody went to Temple, but no, unfortunately, I don't see any bids yet.
Okay, the last thing I'm going to tell you, and then we'll just call it quits, and we'll move on to the thing. I was reading about the clubs. I love this. They were so proud that they have the Episcopalian Club, the Methodist Club, and the Lutheran Club.
Oh, they left out the Catholics.
They did not have a Catholic club, but the Lutherans had a weekly luncheon for a very small fee, including guest speakers.
Did they charge for toast?
Well, those Lutherans. Being a Methodist, I probably would try to sneak into the Episcopalian Club. They might be a little more of a fun crowd, but anyway. Those Lutherans, I'll tell you what. Anyway, really fun. I don't think we've got anybody in here who wants this tonight, but it was really fun for me to show it to you. And this will show up again at some point somewhere along the line. It just was really fun to have.
All right, we'll move over to Heather Elizabeth.
All right. So this is going to start at $15, and this is a lot of cat-themed ephemera and paper. And they're all really fun here. I'm going to start with the Lotto game card. Now, I do not know how to play the Lotto game, but I do like the cards. And this one is particularly charming. Look at all the kittens on it. Now, this does look to be printed with the chromolithography, so I think this is pretty old. You've got cats looking over the fence at the mice. Those mice are looking very tempting. And then we've got little kittens chasing some birds. And a little kitten in a basket. So that's a really nice piece. And the back is a really pretty kind of dusty blue and a calico ditzy print. So that's the first piece. And then, whoops, upside down. We've got a little calling card. And let's see, what does that say? It says, "May true friends be around you." And it is Edwin Regert's card. This is the only one that really has a condition. It's got a little brown stain right there at Edgar's name. But sweet little calling card with a little cat on it.
That's cute.
That's your second one. And then we've got a trade card for Whitley's Hoop Hole Mower. And if you look at the illustration, the cat is kind of trying to get the attention of the lady with the parasol over here on the other chimney in the background. And if you do like moons, there's a great moon face on this piece as well. And then this is the back of the trade card. And this is in really nice condition. If you look at the
Nice
corners,
on both sides.
Yeah, the corners look good. The image looks great. And then the last two are two postcards. And these are Alfred Mainzer postcards. And even though they're known, like if you wanted to look up a Mainzer, Mainzer, cat postcard, you would come up with these, but he's actually the publisher of these cards, and he's not the illustrator. The illustrator is Eugene Hartung, but they're known as Mainzer postcards because it's usually printed Alfred Mainzer, the publishing house, on the card. These do say printed in Belgium. And so Eugene Hartung, the illustrator, he came up with these fun anthropomorphic cats in very mid-century, very active, different scenes. And so what we have here is a dentist scene where you can see the commotion of the child who does not want to get the dental work. And, you know, you got someone who's, I guess, waiting to go in the chair, and she's not excited to be next in there. And then the other postcard I have is a moving scene where you've got the movers trying to deal with the family and all the kids trying to play around while they're trying to get stuff on the truck. So you have two Mainzer cat postcards. Oh, and they are known for having this little wiggly edge. So that's part of them. If you ever were interested in collecting these cat postcards. So, do we have anybody interested? Any cat lovers out there?
I'm sure we have plenty of cat lovers, but so far I do not see any bids.
I
Okay.
see Val M at 15.
Oh, you do have a bid?
Oh, Val. Okay, Val. Hey, Val. How are you doing?
Why am I
So
not seeing it?
I'm
Oh, there it is.
I'm going to count down for Val. From 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid in.
Those are all good, Heather. That's really great.
Aren't they
lot.
cute? Yeah.
And yep, it goes to Val for 15.
Yay, Val. Congratulations. Thank you so much. And you don't need to email me. I got you.
And we will jump to Beth.
All right, guys, my next one is going to start at $18. And I will tell you that I've never seen this before. And it is slag glass. And it is when I saw it, I see it as a Westmoreland glass. It is a Westmoreland Glass Company blue slag glass dog on a bed. Now I've seen a hen on a nest, and I recently had a clear glass cat in a basket, but I've never seen the dog. Now, they do sell for much more, but there is a hairline split. Do y'all see that right here? It does not go through. Okay, it does not go through, but it does go. Oh gosh, I lost it. I'm so sorry. Right here. Right. Well, crap. Right there. Right here. Yeah, I've never seen a dog in a basket. So it is right here. There's nothing on the outside, and there's nothing other than that piece right here that I showed you for the inner loop. And then I had no chips on the outside. I don't think it's a dachshund. However, Dawn, I found the cutest plate out thrifting. I bought that for the rescue. But now there is a black spot right here. It does not come off. It's under. But you can see the texture of the dog there, the fur. Great little features in the nose, the little snout right here. But it is a dog on a bed. I don't know about y'all, but my dog slept in my bed. And the basket. And it is, oh gosh, I think I forgot to measure this one. No, I didn't. I did measure it somewhere. I just don't know where I put it. It is 5.5 inches long by 4.5 inches tall. And again, this starts at $18. So if you are watching the replay and you see something that was not claimed, or if you want to be considered as a backup for something, because, I don't think we'll have time to do a recap. Is that correct, Patrick?
Well, we're already over time now. So at this point, we're on everyone's good graces if they stick around.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well, it's totally fine. But if they are watching the replay, you can put a comment in the comment section or just email the reseller if you see something and you are wanting to claim an item after the sale has aired. But this was $18. So thank you for your consideration.
all right. So I don't think we had any bids on that. So we're not going to do a countdown. So we'll jump over to me. But I had stop in the window, so I got to change that. And I am starting with a bid of $10. And this is for a set of 3 of these little porcelain musical bunnies. So I'll show them one at a time, but you get all 3. They're not marked. And I do believe they are porcelain based on the way they were done and the way that they were poured. I grew up in a world of ceramics, and I can't swear to this, but I think based on the way that base is done and the way it's been poured, I do believe this is the porcelain slip. I do believe they are also professionally done because, and I can't quite get the shadow to do it the right way, there is a number that's been impressed in the side on these that would not be done on something that was poured through just normal ceramics. And then there's also an impressed something in the bottom. But regardless of what they are, this is the conductor bunny. He's got the little book of music and he's got his little conductor. And thank you, KP, for opening bid of $10. We then also have the accordion or concertina playing bunny rabbit, also reading his book of music. And we have banjo. I don't know what this dude's playing. The fact that it's vertical like that, I'm not sure. Is that a banjo? I'm not sure what that would actually be being played, but he's also got his book of music. So they're clearly made as a set. I do not know if there were more pieces to the set. On the bottom, they all have some sort of a scratch mark. Like this one looks like it says 100 from what I can tell. This one is something totally different and a totally different type of, that kind of looks like an attempt at a signature. So I don't know what these are trying to be. I just thought they were cute. So you know what? There's the belief like, oh, you have to sell bunnies in the spring. You have to sell bunnies for Easter. No, you don't. Bunnies are cute regardless. And you've got just some great musical, this little set of 3 porcelain, high gloss, high glaze, perfect condition, no chips, no cracks, no crazing. This perfect little set of bunny rabbits. And so I'm going to go ahead and do the countdown. At this point, I've got Attic Fair Vintage at 12. And actually, if you could help me no, it doesn't matter because KP Gunther came back at 14. I'm going to do the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Looks like Attic Fair might have snuck in with a 15. Watching for the lag.
Just go ahead and put the stop in and I'll
stop.
All right. It looks like after a refresh that right above the stop is KP Gunther with 16.
All right. That's who I see as well. So thank you so much, KP Gunther, for picking that set up at 16. And Scott has joined the party again, and he's next.
I am, and I do want to say, Patrick, thank you. I know how difficult it is to manage the Hollywood squares, keep it rolling. You're doing a great job, and I'm so excited to be here with Heather and Beth. It's really been a lot of fun, and I want to make sure that I say that before time runs away, and I don't mention that.
You're quite welcome. Thanks for joining in.
You're welcome. And so many times I get caught up in so many things in my own world. I don't get a chance to watch folks or comment, but each one of us brings something unique to this world of buying and selling. And I know all of you feel the same way that I do, that we're so glad you're here, whether you buy anything or not. It's your friends. And so we see names, some of the names we've known for years and some of the names are new. It's really wonderful that YouTube and the internet has allowed us to have this type of a community, because it didn't exist 10, 15 years ago. And I just want to say how appreciative I am of all of you. Okay. Did I get that in there? The Fenton starting
You
at?
did, and somebody already gave you your first bid without you ever showing it. They must have seen your preview. They must have seen your preview video.
I did. I popped on early.
Yeah.
Circa 1930. This is about it's 9 inches. My father said, measure your thumb to your pinky and you'll always have a ruler. And this is 9 inches on me. So even without a ruler, that's a 9-inch dish. Fenton made a color called jade. Yeah, it's sort of like a clam broth. It's not as saturated maybe as some of the jadeite made by the Hocking and Jeanette and those other companies, McKee. But this is the lotus pattern center bowl. Yeah, it had, when it was made, matching candle holders. So it was a part of the ubiquitous console set, and everybody had them. The console bowl sat in the middle of your dining room table or on your buffet, and the 2 candlesticks to the right and the left. Now you can find the candle holders, and it was the custom in those days to place glass on top of black bases. You know what I'm talking about. I don't have one here because I'm not at home, but imagine this on top of a black glass base.
You don't travel with your black glass bases? I'm very disappointed.
I'm so sorry to disappoint you, Patrick, but I am not able to whip one out of my tote bag tonight. But anyway, you can find them. There are no chips or cracks on it. And again, it's just a really pretty piece of Fenton glass. Again, circa 1930, we're in that era. And if you want to call it a lotus, I suppose you could. Yeah. It's pretty. What else can I say? I love Fenton. This glass is not being made anywhere. Well, I take that back. We got a lot of cheap reproductions coming from various places, but you don't find glass like this anymore. It's a pretty lotus leaf bowl made by Fenton here in the USA. And the high bid right now is somewhere
26 from Jan Marie Brunette, 180.
Okay, so we'll count it down. And here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. Looks like we had another high bid come in.
And what I see on my end is right above the stop. Jan Marie came in with $50.
Yep. I just refreshed. That's what I saw too.
Jan Marie
Brunette, you've disappeared from the camera.
Oh, who I have? Oh,
yeah, your ear looked fantastic though.
Great profile.
I should put my lotus.
So Jan Marie Brunette Hanyadi was $50.
Jan Marie, I got it, and thank you everyone who placed bids. I totally appreciate that so much. Thank you.
And to Heather Elizabeth.
Okay, so I'm putting in my start. This is starting higher, and this is an antique jewelry casket. Only it's more unique because I had never seen one like it. Usually I see them in the Art Nouveau forms, and this one is Egyptian. And I thought, never have I seen anything like this one. Wow. So it has a great little, actually like really does look like a casket for a body in the shape with the modern pyramid. And then you've got some horse, I'm thinking, or is that a ram? I think these are horses. And speaking of lotus, Scott, I think these are supposed to be
Sweet.
lotus.
I
You've
said,
got
this
some.
is drooling at the 20s-ness of that.
Yeah.
You've got pharaohs on either.
Oh, so Egyptian revival.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is they had Egyptian revival. I mean, they had the Victorians had an Egyptian revival, and then they also did in the Deco period. So I'm a little on the fence as to whether this is Victorian or more from the 20s, but I was leaning more toward Victorian, but I don't know for sure. And there was a mark. It says Benedict Assyrian gold on the bottom, and it has a hallmark right there, BB, in a diamond pattern. And the interior does not have its lining, but it looks pretty darn cool like that. And I was including a turquoise hand-carved scarab bead with it. And if you look up a turquoise scarab, that's a good little present I'm putting inside this casket.
Sweet.
It's a good little gift. Very nice. So great look, very unique. If you are collecting jewelry caskets, I couldn't find one like it online. So just really special, a wonderful little find that I am sharing with you guys. So I know there was one person that I saw Patrick put up on the screen, Val.
Val's at 28.
Okay, so Val's with me. She says, yes, we know we love this. So we are going to start counting down because of time. So from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Show the bottom once more, please.
It's backwards for me. Can you guys read that?
It's upside down.
Oh, I'm so sorry. My glasses aren't on and I can't tell.
There you go. All right.
Okay. So, I mean, I know it says Assyrian gold, but it definitely is, some sort of pot metal with a gold finish on it. You can just tell by the wear on there. But maybe Assyrian gold was the paint. They called the paint. Who knows? So back to the countdown from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Thank you. Someone had asked in the chat to see the bottom once more. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, no. It's fine.
Okay, so a couple came in right at the very end. So
Okay.
if Beth can do the refresh.
Sure. What I see is right above the stop is Val M with 36 and Adam just under at 37, as was Smalls.
That's what I saw too. Okay, yeah, so that's Val M gets it at 36.
Wow. Well, thanks everyone for your interest. Congrats, Val. Thanks, everybody.
And jumping. And again, thank you to everyone who's sticking around. We had intended to only do this for 2 hours, but with offer ups, it's taking longer. We each have 1 or 2 items left. So we're going to go over to Beth for her next item.
Yeah, so after this, I only have 1 item left. But you just let me know this. I had brought 10. Okay, so the next is going to start at $20. And it's an old toy, y'all, but I had to bring it. It is from look it up. You please correct me if I'm wrong, but it is a vintage 1930s rubber head toy doll with a bottle and a wind up. Okay, so there is a lot of the wear in the clothing. You'd have wear in your clothing too if you wore them for almost 100 years. I did not try to take a magic eraser to this. I would rather that the buyer, if there is one today, do that. The little curls are still there. The last time I tried it, it did work. So we will try it here and see. The head is going up and down, but it's not making any noise. on this one. Now watch tonight when I'm trying to sleep, this thing will start moving its bottle and making all those wind up sounds.
Because it's haunted.
Crap out of me. Oh, there it goes.
Yes.
So yes, it does work. The little arms. Oh, I know what happened. I got a piece of the clothes stuck in its neck. Oh, I'm so sorry, little baby. But it does have its little sleeper in here. It is absolutely adorable. The arm, she does make horrible noises, doesn't she? There you go. Can you see it? The little, I've got her little dress stuck in the windy part. Sorry, little baby. Just don't haunt me. But it is darling, and it's super, super old. And when I found it, I just had to save it and had to love it. I'm like Cindy. I like all the babies. So little blue-eyed baby there. Again, I did not take the magic eraser because I was afraid that some of this paint would be coming off. If it is marked, it is under the clothing, and I did not take it. Please do not haunt me. I'm so scared this thing is gonna haunt me, y'all, because I'm messing with it. And I'm telling you, this is probably gonna be going off tonight. There is, I did not see oh Lord. And the bottle goes up and down. Can you see it? Are you done? Thank you. If there's normally typically a embossment right here on dolls, but I did not see. Elderly Poodle says, now I'm scared. Yes. And I do not, it does not have I have a doll like that has white, it chirps kind of. I think it's supposed to be like saying something, but it doesn't. I have one that's covered in that white stuff too, and I've not been able to get that off. But this was starting at 20. What was it starting at? I think it was starting at 20, right? So if there's no interest, we will move along. But if you are interested, just let me know. She's pretty.
Everyone's so scared of it, I couldn't find the comment. Yes, it was starting at 20. And yeah. I do not, unless somebody else saw something, I do not see a bid. So you're going to be stuck with it.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you for entertaining me with it.
Cover that thing in bubble wrap, quick.
Smother it. All right. My next item, literally, until I pulled it in front of me to show it to you, thought these were the exact same color. I now know they are not. But it is not necessarily a set. It just happens to be two pieces that I was actually initially building for my own personal collection, and then just decided this wasn't really going with the aesthetic. And I was building it based on this color, which is the amethyst. And I can see that it's the amethyst. You may not be able to see it because I've got more light coming at me than behind. But it is glass. It is painted, hand painted with the florals and the gold. This one actually has the label still on the bottom, showing that it was made in Japan. So not Italy, not Bohemia. This was of the era that these were being produced in Japan. Beautiful condition. The gold is in fantastic condition, and it is amethyst in color. The little glass, I also thought was amethyst in color. It's not. It is ruby red. So these are starting at 10. So let me put the start in really quick. I had to pull this stop out. So starting at 10. So it's got the same design. So again, I bought these because they were all being set up together. So you've got the hand-painted floral, and it's three-dimensional. You can see there's actually depth to the petals of that flower. The leaves are painted directly onto the glass, but the petals, you can see, are actually very thick. They match between the two, but this one, you can actually, there you can see it a little bit better. You can see that actually has the red color where this one has the purple. So this is red. This one is purple. I do have a thank you, Pee Wee, for a bid of $12. So you get both. And I probably paid more than $12 for this one by itself. So you end up getting the two of them together. Again, coming out of my personal collection, these were on display up until yesterday. They just didn't really necessarily fit what I'm trying to build in that cabinet. So they are for sale here now. They're both in perfect condition. If you know my channel, you know I'm not going to have anything in my collection that isn't in perfect condition. They just don't match, which again, I just discovered. So I feel kind of stupid. But these, you get the pair. Currently, we've got Pee-wee at 12, and I'm going to count them down. So for both the vase and the glass, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Or stop. Scott needs to mute while he's typing and watching for the countdown. And we are stopping. And it looks like the only bid we had was Pee-wee at 12. So thank you, Pee-wee, for picking that pair up. I hope you enjoy and give them a good home. And we're passing it over to Scott.
I've got something all over my eyeglasses. Oh, look at that. That is Pee-wee. That's the Pee-wee Herman down there in that little circle. This is it for me. This is the last thing I've got. I've got 2 vases. They are made of pottery. Now, the lights are making them look white. But everybody say it with me. They're not white. Are you ready? They are pink. And it wouldn't be the old Curiosity Shop unless I said pink, you stink.
You stink.
I don't know where that came from. It's very silly and sophomoric, but it's become a catchphrase. Anyway, pink is pretty. Pardon?
Do you have a start price?
I do. $8 for the pair. So there's no maker's mark on the bottom. There's a number. I don't know, 109, I guess. See that? So,
yep. Upside down, yes.
Sorry. But they are pink. There's no damage on them. There's no crazing to the glaze. Yeah, they really look white, don't they? But they're pink. Pink.
KP opened at 8, but Terry bumps it up to 10. And KP comes back at 12.
They're about 3.5 to 4 inches tall. So just probably American-made ceramic. You know, I love pairs of anything. Sorry, I don't mean to clank.
A Florida Golden Girl's asking if they glow. You said they're pottery, though, right?
Florida Golden Girl, don't make me drive down there. 95 South. They're messing with me, Patrick. And you fell for it. No, you didn't. You knew they were playing with me.
Nita may put it at 20.
2 pink pottery vases. I don't know. I really don't know who made these, but, you know, it wasn't somebody's basement project because you wouldn't have that number on. If it was a basement project, it would say Mary Ann, 1978. You know.
Nita's got it at 25.
Counting them down. Here we go. 10. This is my last item. I'm done. I'm finished. 10. Because I only brought 9 items tonight. 10.
Yeah, this should be your 10th item.
Oh.
Yeah,
you
were right.
Thank you. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. I'm ready to get back in that ocean. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Waiting on the stop, and then I'll refresh for you.
Frankenstein.
All right, let me refresh after the stop. And right above the stop is Terry Trahan. I'm sorry if I say that incorrectly. For 30.
Yes,
that's
it's Terry
as well.
Okay, Terry, thank you. Now, this is my last moment on camera. Patrick, don't take me off yet. You hear me? Oh, he did.
I'm sorry. I had to.
Okay. That's all right.
No, go ahead. I was just messing with you.
It's time for Heather. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just messing with you.
Okay, I'm finished. thank you, thank you, thank you. This has been so much fun. Let's do it again. Patrick, thank you, Heather and Beth. And thank you, all of you, bidding, watching, commenting, having fun with us. You are our extended family. And I mean that, and I hope you know that it's sincere. Thank you, everyone.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Scott. And one quick thing, because somebody had asked, we don't have a lot of time, but if you stick around, you had the temple book that didn't sell. Did you have anything else that didn't sell? For a recap. That's the only thing I remember that you didn't sell, but I wasn't really tracking it.
I don't think so, Patrick.
Okay. So he did have a 1932, 1933 temple book with admission slip. For anyone that missed that, you can contact him separately. But we'll now go to Heather Elizabeth for her last item.
Okay. Yes. And I agree with Scott. I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself. I'm very honored to be a part of this group. Very grateful. And in honor of Mr. Curiosity himself, my last item is Art Deco. And it's starting high because I only had one comp to kind of compare it to, and this is a lot less. But
oh my God.
I found this little beauty, and she is made by New Art, Nuart. It's in my offer there, Patrick, if you want to put it on the screen. I don't know if Art can read it himself. It's okay. Out of New York. Now, the only other one I found had either a repainted gold finish or was just a gold version on eBay. And mine is in much worse paint condition, but she still is beautiful. And I would say she looks kind of like a nymph. Now this, from my research, it was an ashtray. So this probably had an insert of some kind, but it looks like it was long gone and they probably still used it as an ashtray because the wear is real on this piece. And in the other listing that I was able to find online, you could see the stamp. I could barely make out the stamp. You guys aren't going to be able to see it. It's there, but it's so faded from where it's really hard to see. And it says New Art Creations in a little circle. So you can see that she was, again, some sort of pot metal and painted in a really nice bronze finish, but she's got a lot of wear, and it was really hard to try to price her. So I did my best, and
She's worth every penny of $60. I mean, that's a fantastic piece.
They're interested in her, but look at her great lines, and you could, I'm sure, find something to put in here should you want to. Like I saw
a succulent, a little planter with a succulent in it.
Yes, or maybe an Art Deco lampshade, and you could put a little tea light underneath it and turn her into a little glowing light.
Jan Marie and I are thinking the same. Or you could put a little fishbowl in there.
Sure. You could burn your sage in there, but I would still line it because it's not in the best shape. But you could see her Art Deco lines, and I don't see anybody popping at my $60 ask. So this might be something that I need to put online. So that's it. Well. That's my last item.
She's got a great look.
Val at 60.
Okay.
There we go.
Val, she says, I'm already buying other stuff. I might as well go in on the New Art Nymph. Well, all right. I'm going to start counting down then for Val. She's going to snag the New Art Deco ashtray from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end.
I'm with Mimi's Treasure Cottage. She said a glass dish with M&Ms. Yes.
Oh, yeah. French burnt peanuts.
I do peanut, but I mean, in a pinch, I'll do a plain. Don't get me
Or
wrong.
black licorice.
No,
Oh, come on, Beth.
not even the licorice bites. No,
I
Scott.
see the stop.
Oh,
So I think Val's
Yeah.
got it for the
Yeah.
$60. Thank you, Val. I appreciate it.
And
again-
Elizabeth, did you have anything that you had not sold that you want to do a quick recap on? Okay.
We're sold out.
Excellent. All right. We're going over to Beth.
Well, that's wonderful. How exciting. That is awesome. So, Patrick, again, thank you for allowing me to be here and for indulging me in my brilliant, bright idea, I guess. Patrick and I have actually been on since 6 p.m. Eastern tonight. So, thanks for being a trooper. We started the hop on my channel and then hopped on over to Patrick. We do the monthly drop hops, which are pre-recorded. If you haven't ever been a part of those, make sure to look into those and subscribe to all of our channels for all the fun. But I decided to do a live one, and I was like, Patrick, doesn't this sound like a lot of fun? Yes, it does. And you want to help me with it, don't you?
And I agreed immediately.
He did agree immediately. He's been so sweet to me. So thank you so much, Patrick and Heather and Elizabeth and Scott. It has been fun. Learned some stuff. So my last one is going to start at $8 choice. And Scott, this is milk glass. So if I'm wrong about something, let me know. I have a Westmoreland mark right here, I believe, if you're going to be able to see it. Can y'all see that at all?
yes.
Okay, so it is the Westmoreland. Now, does it always have this little, it's almost like a bleed of the milk, like the I don't know what you call it, but it looks like it's been set in a puddle. But it is I've got 2 plates. They are the hobnail, and they are the hand-painted Westmoreland 7-inch plates that I'm holding upside down. So I have either the pink or the purple, and they are the 7-inch. So if I'm wrong about something, Scott, I'm not offended. Just let me know. I'd rather.
Oh, no. Beth, look, I don't know much about milk glass. They are beautiful. And Westmoreland made they had wonderful milk glass, beautifully painted. Those are very lovely.
Yeah. So Heather, Elizabeth, if I'm wrong, y'all, Patrick, if I'm wrong, chat, if I'm wrong.
No, I don't think you're wrong at all. I was going to ask Scott, would those still are those still considered straw marks? Those lines that she was talking about? I don't know if that occurs in milk glass or not.
I can't see. Well, a straw mark can really appear in any type of glass. I think Westmoreland glass, like Imperial and Fenton, didn't really start marking their glass until sometime in the 60s, and so I would imagine that those plates probably date from. But I'm just saying, I think maybe the early 60s.
Yeah, I have seen it somewhere, but if you ask me,
50s, yeah.
We have an opening bid from Spirit Junkie of $8.
So this is going to be for choice, y'all. I've had these, and I did not want to give them up for the longest time.
Yeah.
I had a metal tiered tray, and it had a spot for 2 plates, like a dessert tiered tray. And this is what I put on them because it was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
So these are hand painted. They are Westmoreland. They are hobnail. So they check a whole bunch of boxes for me, but I do have the purple. Now, none of the painting is chipped or scratched or anything on these. There are no flea bites, chips, or cracks, crazing, anything in these. But the pink or the purple, and I see Spirit Junkie. Hey, Spirit. In for 8. So I'm going to go ahead and count it down. 10, 9. Hey, Miss Deborah. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. So, and you will let me know if you would like the purple flower plate for $8, the pink flower plate for $8, or both for $16. And I've had them stored with a paper towel in between. All right. Both, please, for Spirit. Thank you so much. And Patrick, I had just a couple things. Did you want me to wait or you want me to show them now?
You can go ahead and show it now.
Okay.
I'm the last one, so go ahead and show it now.
All right. Thank you so much, Spirit, for taking both of those plates. Gives me a chance to redeem myself because I gave the wrong price for the door knocker. I can prove it because here's my tag and here's what it said. And I had said 25. And I was like, oh, as soon as I said that out and was re-putting it together, I was like, this is ridiculous. That's wrong. So I have the solid brass Old Curiosity Shop brass door knocker. That is, and someone told me in the chat, and I apologize that I have forgotten. I can't remember if it was KP or not. Portsmouth Street is the original Old Curiosity Shop in London. And so it is the knocker. So that's how it will knock, and it has the little divot there. This is 3.5 by 2.5, and it is $20 if you are interested.
Opened it up. KP gave you an opening bid of 20.
Okay. And so I'm actually, because it's the recap, I'm going to count down quickly. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. And I apologize that I didn't do that right the first time. And I have KP. Thank you so much. My email is right below. If you would please send me all of the information that I need. And I think the only other things were the glass ashtray from the Circle Motel that is at the Traffic Circle in Fort Worth, Texas. It is a, oh gosh, I forgot, 3 3/4 inch. And it's 4 divot for the cigarettes or whatever. And it's 3/4 of an inch thick. It is $15. $15 for the ashtray. And then there was the slag glass dog on a basket. And it was $18. So dog on a slag glass, Westmoreland dog on a basket. Oh, yes, paintbrush. Absolutely. That's exactly what I was thinking. Paintbrush. Dog on a basket, blue and white slag glass. Slag glass always makes me think of Nate, Patrick.
Yep.
But I've never seen that before. And this is $18. And those were the last 2 things that I had. Thank you so much, everyone who participated tonight.
All right, my last item, because everything else I had sold, so this is my last item. This was my 10th item. Oh, wait, Val was grabbing something at 18, so I'm assuming that's the dog.
Val, you're grabbing the dog for 18, correct? Thank you so much, Val. I appreciate that.
All right. And so my last item is a small piece of art pottery, Reiku pottery, which I used to do with my daughter. Every year there was a little art colony, little compound that was open to the public, and you could come in and make your own Reiku pottery. And this is not one of those pieces. This is actually a higher end piece. You can see they actually did the decorative raffia and gold wire wrap around the top. It is signed, initialed by whoever this artist happens to be. It's a diminutive size. Again, this comes from my personal collection. This was on display until yesterday because it was getting crowded out by some other pieces in my curio cabinet. So I figured I was looking for things that'd be easy to ship. Even though this is breakable, it is still easy to ship. So the vase has a starting price of $8. So it's right there. This is not, the rope itself has not been glazed down, so it's still pliable, but it has been anchored onto it in some way. I didn't really mess around with it. It slides a little bit, so I think it's literally just tied into place as a decorative piece. It is glazed on the inside, So you can use it to hold a variety of items, including a vase to hold water. And it is a signed piece. I loved Reiku, I think primarily because I always did this every year with my daughter, and we actually have pieces that stayed in my collection. This was just one that I picked up. And I like the looks of it, but it's not something I'm trying to build. So that's why I'm reselling it here. So I don't see any takers on this as my final item. So it'd be $8 to start. If I don't see anything, we will just go ahead and go back to a full screen. Scott has disappeared because I didn't give him a warning that I was going to put him back on. There he is. He never left. What are we talking about? He was there the whole time. So,
You blinked. That's
yes. So I want to thank all of you for joining, both of you, the sellers. So I really appreciate Scott and Heather Elizabeth joining tonight. And of course, Beth for actually creating this entire event, having me on her sale earlier this evening, and having me on her show earlier this evening, and then also staying for the marathon session going into my sale. So I haven't done a sale in a while, particularly a live sale. I've been trying to do the drop sales with Beth. So she and I are alternating. We've already done the drop sale for this month. So the next month will be the August one, which is mine. It'll be August 17th. I will be hosting that. Unfortunately, Beth is not available for that one.
I got to go to Mexico. Sorry.
Yeah, you've got something better going on. Heather Elizabeth is not available for that one. But go ahead and follow my channel. You'll see others. It's the same idea of items that are sold. There's just no offer up. So it's first to claim, and it's a pre-recorded video. So if you haven't participated in those, Scott has joined in a couple times. It's just a different type of environment. Live is always more fun, and doing them with multiple people is also more fun. So I hope everyone stayed engaged, and a lot of the comments coming in have said that everyone has had fun tonight. So this did run longer than I'd intended, but we kept a lot of people. So, as long as you were enjoying yourselves, I appreciate you hanging out. We've kept Scott from the ocean's open all night. So kept Scott from the boardwalk. He can go out and join the Jersey Shore after we're done. But thanks again, everyone. Thanks for putting your trust in Trusty Huckster. Watch for all of our channels and what's coming up, and we'll all see you again soon. Bye, everybody.
Y'all stay pretty and be sweet. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.